guys, and welcome back. This is Chosen Architect. Today, we're going to get ourselves some creative flight. So, I hope you guys are ready. So starting off today, I'm going to go ahead and attune myself. I think this is going to be a good way to start. So all I'm going to do is place down a few things. Now, if you didn't already see, I'm going to be attuning myself to Amara, which is a defense attunement. That's probably the best way to describe that. It is a defense style attunement. And this is going to be really cool because we should be able to level this up pretty quickly. And I want to show you the skill tree once we get this done, because this is a pretty cool thing. Not to mention, this animation is pretty cool in itself. I mean, this is pretty cool. Like, it's pretty sick looking. And then, of course, all the attunement stuff starts to happen. And yeah, we get our perks. And that's what it's all about. So our perk tree, that thing is massive, by the way. If you've ever played Path of Exile, you might be familiar with path trees like this because it's quite insane. Oh, and there you go. We're attuned. I mean, at least we should be. At least I think we are. I don't think I hit any button to unattune myself. Right? Are we attuned? Let's open our book. We have a perk tree. Yes, we are attuned. And this right here is the massive perk tree that we have. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff on here. But we should be able to level ourselves up relatively quickly. At least I think we should. Let's head back to our base. And I want to see if this works, because somebody mentioned this in the comments. They're like, hey, you could attune yourself to this particular perk and level it up really quickly by just taking damage from the saw. Like, I don't know if that's the case, because it doesn't seem like it's working. Oh, it is working. We just gained level 2. Oh, wow. And look how quickly we're gaining experience from that. Okay. Wow. We could just put on some really nice armor and just stand there and take damage. Okay. So with that being an idea, this right here is going to increase our armor, and eventually it'll make it so we don't even really need armor. That's the whole goal. But there's some other stuff you can actually unlock here that is pretty powerful. Like, I think there's flight perks. I think that's what they were mentioning, where there's the ability to maybe fly or glide similar to an elytra. I don't know if that's the exact case here. Plus, I don't know where I'd even find that in the perk tree. That'd be something that I definitely need to check into and see. I don't know if these corners, if it does that. So after doing some looking, I think I found it. It's down here where it says the mantle, which is a armor piece that you can wear, will grant flight instead of the elytra gliding. That is actually kind of cool and would be worth it. Now, getting the mantle is sort of in-game with Astral Sorcery. We still have another tier altar to go up to, I believe, before we even get into that. And plus we need some better rock crystals and stuff that are attuned. But honestly, it's not that much work to get all that stuff, I don't think. As far as Astral goes, it's really not that crazy. Now, I don't know what it's going to take to make this. It looks like not much to upgrade our altar. We do need an attuned crystal here, a celestial crystal. Which, to get that crystal, is not that difficult to achieve either. Wow, we could probably get pretty far with this. Like, so long as I have, like, the ability to make some armor and stuff, like, I don't know, for example, iron armor, and I have a suitable amount of food, which of course I do, we could probably do this and level up pretty quickly. And the more we level up, from what it seems, is the better off we're going to be anyways. So I definitely want to take that route, because that is going to be the best way to go about doing this. So I am slowly working my way through this. Now, I definitely wanted this. It says increase perk experience. So this will increase the perk experience gained by 20%. And we can access that a couple different ways. So over here is another perk that we could increase by, I mean, so long as we had 3 more points. I don't know if that's going to be necessary. I do want to push, I want to keep going down here. So we have one node here and here. Now I need 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels increase before we get this. Reduces your overall need for for food. Now, I don't know if that is going to be a good idea, at least for our regeneration purposes. So long as it keeps our saturation, like, I don't know if that's a good idea, because that would make the rest of this stretch a bit harder. Because we need to keep our health going down. We need our food bar to go down so that our saturation also can be refilled. And our saturation is what regenerates our health. So overall, all I'm doing is just standing here, as you can see, taking damage, and it actually does raise our level, like, significantly. Like, we just unlocked another point, like, just like that. It's quite nice. That's really broken, it feels like. So while I'm working on leveling this up, I can have a few things going instead, or going at the same time. So let's head over here. And I think what I should do, let me go ahead and climb up here, is I need to place a few blocks down. I'm gonna, of course, this altar is gonna be changed. But let's do this for right now. And same goes for over here. Since I'm not using this as of right now, I'm going to use this for something else while we work on this. So I need to place down some starlight. And actually, might as well fill in that hole from crafting earlier. Fill this up. And there we go. I also need to refill these. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to get some celestial crystals made. To do that, you throw a rock crystal in, and you toss in a stardust at the same time, and make sure these are some higher level rock crystals. You see the purity is pretty high. I'm not too worried about the size, and the cutting's pretty low, but the size is what, or the purity is what I'm most worried about, and also the size. You want to try and get the size bigger, but you can do that later by tossing it in more liquid starlight. So we'll get all these tossed in here. Oop. There we go. And don't worry about them despawning. They actually won't despawn. And what you're wanting is this right here to generate. And it looks like this one just finished. And of course, it being in the open skies is going to be better, as these do, I believe, still work off the premise of starlight. Same for these. We need to wait for these to turn into the celestial crystal clusters. And then once they're done, we should get our dust back. I believe once we break these, when they're fully grown, because you need to watch these, because these are going to grow, and they're going to take time. So let's let that happen. And I think 4 of them is going to be pretty good for right now. Of course, we can make more later. You can see how easy it is to make them. Hey, looky there. This one's actually ready. You'll notice when it's ready, when you start seeing particles come off of it. Then what you can do is break it, and you can see I actually got 2 stardust out of that, which is kind of interesting. We kind of doubled our stardust there. So you'll know that when you see the particles. As you can see, these are not quite ready just yet. But we do have everything we need, really, to go ahead and, I guess, upgrade our altar, which we definitely need to do. Also, I already have enough levels here on our perks to really, I mean, do a couple of things. I want to unlock this, but I still want to push a little bit more. I'm at level 16 right now. I have 4. So that means 1, 2, 3. Then I would need 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 7 more points in order to get where I really want to be. I want to reduce the overall need for food. And I also want to make it so that way the mantle now grants flight instead of electric lighting. So yeah, flight would be amazing. Like, just, I hope it's just creative flight. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. That perk would be, like, worth it just for that alone. And honestly, it's not that hard to craft. Let's take a look at the mantle, for example. Like, just the default mantle right here, mantle of the stars. This is not hard. Ender Pearl, we have everything for this. You can see there's stuff that's required outside. I'll explain that when we build the next altar, but it's not anything crazy to do this. Basically, you place items inside the spectral relays. I mean, it's that simple. It's really, really not hard. Well, there's nothing else left to do. I mean, I did actually break the other 2 a little bit sooner because I wanted to go ahead and get this done. We do have an extra one for later, and we can always make more. But those were taking a long time for some reason. But let's go ahead and craft this bad boy. Oh, man. Look at that. Oh, wow. That is just a lot of lights. A lot of lights right there. And all of this is leading us into the next altar. Actually, well, it was going to until time ran out. Oh my gosh. So after all those shenanigans, it is now night again. The moon is just now out. And now we can get things done. Wow, look how bright that is. Wow, it's like even brighter when we remove the like fake vignette that Minecraft puts on everything. And there's our new altar. Right, we can't use it yet. I did learn about radiance. Now, I can't use this altar, right? And you might be wondering, well, why can't I use it? Well, that's because this, the altar. And it's actually kind of nice because we don't have to do too much to make this better. So to make this work, we don't really have to adjust much at all. All we gotta do is add this top bit. That's it. We just have to add this top stuff. And this altar is then ready to go. The bottom is exactly the same as what we currently have. Even the pillars are exactly the same as what we currently have. So all we need to do is add some brick up here, and that is all. So all it took was just adding this top bit here, as you can see, and the starlight is insane here. Like, that's still a great amount of starlight that is built up. So to make this, all we got to do is make the mantle. Now, I don't think there's anything super special that we need for the mantle other than some spectral relays that need to be placed in here. And I think that's all it's going to take. So we just crafted up a few things. I need to come back over here and just grab a single rock crystal, as that's really all we need to make this. Yeah, this is about to get kind of interesting. Let's head back over here. And I still haven't unlocked my perks yet, so that's going to be something that we get to do. But, I mean, as far as this goes, I think we have everything we need to craft everything up. So, what you need to do for this... Uh-oh. As soon as we get rid of this... Get out of here. That was a massive yeet. So what we need to do is take these spectral relays, and you can place them down however you want to do this. I'm going to do it like this, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And I only am going to use 3 here, because we need a stardust, we need a star metal ingot, and then we also need an ender pearl, and that's going to be on the outside in these spectral relays for the crafting. Now in here, it's going to be a different story. As you can see, we're running out of starlight, and I think that's because, yeah, we're running out of daylight. I want to see how much the mantle actually needs. Oh, I also need some more resonating gems. That'll be something that I should be able to get. And just like this, we will get ourselves our last resonating gem, which is all we're going to need, except for, I mean, waiting for nighttime. But that should be coming fairly quickly. All right, so that was our last bit. Let's throw that in there, just so we have some more generating. And, well, I guess we're just going to do something else until time, you know, is right. So if you're wanting that little extra bit of starlight boost, that's why we made the collector crystal in the first place. So what I can do is I can link the original collector crystal to this, and then link this to our altar, and that should give it a nice little boost of starlight to our altar. Look at that. That has actually completely filled our altar. Well, not to mention that these are also doing it as well. But what we should be able to do is now craft the mantle of the stars. Oh yeah, look at that. Let's do this. Now it should consume these items. We should see these items like disappear. Yes. As you can see, it's grabbing one of the items right now. And it's going to consume that as a part of this this whole recipe. Wow. Oh, it's missing a feather. That's right, because a feather was one of the items. That's why it's needing that. Oh, I need to hurry up and rush and go get a feather. All right, I'm on my way back. I have my feather in hand. Oh, man. And I don't remember. Actually, it might show that it requires the item in a particular spot. So there it goes. Now, it should take that feather. And... oh, right here. It's saying I need an ender pearl. So let's pull this out and place that there. Let's go ahead and pull all this out so that way we know where it's asking. This is asking for our dust. Oh, that's the ingot. There we go. And then last but not least, it should ask for the last item, which is right here. And that was dust, wasn't it? There we go. And now this should be everything it needs in order to craft this. At least I think so. I don't see anything else. The mantle of the stars is on its way. Possible creative flight. Oh, and... Oh... The mantle of the stars. Oh my. This right here should be creative flight. Now, I believe by default, it's more like an elytra. Let's see. Is there any good way for me to test that out? Maybe climb up the wall here. Jump onto this and... not really helping me there. I was thinking maybe I could do it, but it doesn't seem to be working. All right. So, with the mantle of the stars, let's see if completing this will get us... I mean, we might have to attune it first. There is the other recipes, of course. Right now, it has nothing in it. We might actually have to do this process, which is a little bit more complicated. So, as we do need like to actually attune this thing. But I just want to see. Let's go into our perks tab. Let's go ahead and unlock. We have those 4 points, right? And last but not least, spectral wings, active. Let's put it on. And yeah, I don't think it's active yet. I think we still have to go the extra step, and we need to actually attune this thing. So I'm glad I made extra celestial crystals, because I'm going to need that and need it to be attuned, because this needs to be tuned to the VCO. The VCO is the one that will give you the gliding flight. That's why I couldn't use it before. I was kind of wondering, it's been a long time since I've messed around with these mods, or messed around with later game Astral Sorcery. I think it's been always since like Exoria, since I played that pack. That was over a year ago, I believe. Man, I've played so many mod packs. Anyways, the items required are not hard, but as you can see in the background, it does require the VCO constellation. And to get that to work, well, we need an attuned crystal to go into this slot here. And it needs to be out at night. Now, the best way to find out if it's out at night is just to make a simple telescope so you can find out what is out at the moment, because it will actually show up there. Normally, you can be able to see it, but because we have shaders, it kind of makes it so we can't see them. All right, so we have this in our offhand. Of course, I grabbed my spectral relays that I had laying over there because we don't need them while we're doing this. We can always place them back. It takes no time at all. So let's go ahead and place these so we can get the attunement started. Now, there is one right here as well. That was kind of hard to see. So let's go ahead and toss this in and get that crystal attuned to VCO. And it does tell us in the perk book here as well that under the perks, it does tell us all the way down here that the VCO mantle now grants flight instead of elytra gliding. So look at that. Oh wow, that is cool looking. That is fancy. Okay, let's grab this. And now we should be able to craft that. So if I place this in here, you can see it now shows that underneath. And now we can do that craft. So let me go ahead and get the items required for this. And we might have to wait till the next day because time seems to just be flying. It's absolutely flying. So now we should be able to go ahead and craft this. Let's go ahead and throw this in and get the craft started. There we go. And then I'm just going to hold the items because I know that it's going to shine out what we actually need to place here. So that's a feather. Next is going to be right here, which is going to be the sugar. And honestly, you can place these all in a line. It might actually make it a little bit easier for this thing to see them or whatever that may be. This is the string. And last but not least, the fish, which will be one of any of these. And there we go, the fish. And that should be the last one. And this might be hyping. This might be worth getting hyped over. Oh man, this I think is definitely worth getting hyped over. Because if this gives us creative flight, oh man, I am super ready for that. Okay, is this creative flight? Oh my gosh. That's exactly what this is. It is 100% creative flight. And, well, yeah, we now have creative flight. You know, we didn't even really need to make our VS... You know, honestly, I really like the VScraft machines, so I'll probably still use them. But the fact that we have creative flight now, oh, it's fantastic. This is pretty epic. So, and quite early on, actually. I feel like the Betweenlands is gonna be pretty easy now. No, yeah, this is gonna come in handy a lot because since this is a Skyblock, the flight travel is pretty nice, and I'm glad that we can get this as early on as we can get this. So, you know what, H3, this feels like a good fit. Wow, this was awesome. I'm happy about this. So there is one last thing that I was grinding for, like literally I was sawing myself to get there. Is under the perks tab, and it was right here. Of course, there's some other things I would love, but right here, a bigger stomach. This reduces the overall need for food. Now, I don't quite know exactly what the meaning is behind that one, but we are going to find out and see if we actually need more food as time goes on. Hopefully that will be fixed, but we now have the mantle. We have creative flight. This is fantastic. Oh man, this was worth it all the way up to this point. We can now build a lot easier. Oh man, especially building on this island. Oh, I could have done my wiring so much better last episode. Had I had this already, we could have just wired all back here and just kept everything nice and neat. It's gonna be so much nicer. I can make this look so much better now. Oh, the fact that we have creative flight is just amazing. Oh man, thank you guys. Man, I really enjoy these journeys. This is what it's all about. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my Patreons, and that is going to be a huge thanks to Lethal Zenergy. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your patronage and going above and beyond. I really do appreciate it. So guys, oh, hey, whoa, creeper. Don't even. I'm so glad I can fly. Look at these particles. It's amazing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Of course, if you did, be sure to click that subscribe button, of course, if you haven't already, and ring that beautiful notification bells and turn on those notifications. I would really appreciate that. Also, it'll let you stay notified when I do publish new videos just like this. Also, if you would, share this video. This video is super shareable. Post it on Twitter. I have no idea. Post it on Reddit, if that's something you feel like doing. I don't Reddit much, but I probably should. Anyways, also give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And guys, I'll see you in the next episode. You guys know how it goes. And as always, thanks for watching.